I think we do. Hello. Are we live now? Sorry about the delay. For some reason, it wasn't letting me in. How's everyone doing? How are you guys doing? Do you guys have dinner already? Are you guys going to have dinner? Having dinner now? How's your guys' day? I'd love to know what's going on with you guys. I love doing these little like check-ins to be able to get to know my audience more, and yeah. So let me know what you had for dinner. I had some yummy burgers. I'll be sharing a video here soon about how it was delicious 3-stack burger, and it was perfect. Yeah, I was just doing a couple of tasks before going on here, just kind of hurrying up. I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't really meal prep, and I tell people that I don't meal prep, and it's true, really. But I was like doing the bone broth, and I make like big batches of bone broth, and then I put it into the fridge, and I have it in like separate jars. And so I was like, okay, maybe this is kind of considered meal prep because bone broth is so dense, nutrient dense, and so that's kind of like my type of meal prep. I like a little bit of bone broth throughout the day, and so then I'll have that ready if I ever get hungry. I don't do coffee, and so it's like a nice soothing, warm drink to drink. But yeah, let me know if you guys do any meal prep. I'd love to know that. I'm just not I feel like with carnivore, it's kind of hard to do meal prep and to enjoy it because you can do it, and you can do it with like carnivore sauces and cheeses and all that stuff. But if you want just like pretty simple burgers or steaks and stuff like that, like meal prepped, it's just not as good. Not as good. As you guys come in, say hi. Let me know where you're from. Let me know just how your day's going, things like that. Love to just kind of check in with you. Yeah, speaking of bone broth, do any of you make your own bone broth, or do you guys get the store-bought ones? I'm always curious because I'm such a fan of making it from scratch. So I love to know all the other like homemade bone broth makers out there. But yeah. What else did we do today? Oh, I just got done making some tallow. That was pretty fun. I got that done a couple days ago. And so tallow is something I use every single day. And so that's one of those things where it needs to get done. And I don't want to buy the little 16-ounce like jar of it or whatever. It's like 14 ounces or something like that. And what is this? It's like glossy. And I don't want to buy that because I use so much of it. I would be going through it so often. And so if I can get it from the butcher and go more cheap route and then just use it every single day, love that. Ooh, checking in with you guys. Last lives, I was doing like the vertical frame of lives. And so now we're working on a horizontal. So let me know how it is. Let me know how the audio is. Let me know all of that so that we can improve for the next live. If you guys like the horizontal, if you prefer the vertical, drop that down below because it matters and I would like to know. So hopefully it works out. Everything goes smoothly today because this is our first live horizontal. So woohoo, yay, welcome here. Jetty T, horizontal is the way to go. Okay, if you guys agree, let me know so that we can know that for sure. And then hopefully we can make a lot more of our lives horizontal. Because I think it is nice. I can see the live a lot easier, or the live chat a lot easier, and then it's just a little bit more, it's just a little easier for me. So if you guys like it, it's a win-win then. Yeah, I have some exciting news that I want to share with you guys. So I'm not going to get into it yet. Just wait for a couple more people to trickle in, and then we'll get into it. I have some really, really exciting news. I'm super excited to share with you guys. So come on in and let's get to it because I just can't wait to share it. So hopefully you guys join quickly. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, one of my favorite things about one of the more recent lives that we did was a lot of you guys were sharing like your testimonies and your journey with carnivore. And I always encourage you to share that down below at some point throughout this live. If you stick around, just share it because it could encourage someone else. And it always encourages me to hear it when people are because all of our journeys are different, And so I went on carnivore for a different reason than you did. And for that, I want to know a little bit about your journey. I want to know how it went, what you did, what you accomplished, what things were interesting, or like what victories you had. Like weight loss was probably your main goal, and then you healed some crazy autoimmune issue, or you put it in remission. And so those are always so encouraging, and I just love to hear them. So if you have any of those, let me know down below. Or if you have someone like a spouse or someone close to you that had a really cool testimony, share it down below too, because that is awesome. I think we just need to share more about things in the carnivore, meat-based nutrition, like actual nutrient-dense foods in that realm. If we share more about it, I think more people are going to be more inclined to partake in it, to dip their toes in it, and just to try it out a little bit. And so if that's getting people one step closer to being healthy, I will take it and I will encourage that. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we have any other questions come in. I would love that. Yeah. Let me know. It's always so funny coming into lives, and I'm like, I have no idea who's going to be there, but let's just go just to see, maybe we can just connect with a few people and enjoy and have a good conversation. So let's just get the ball rolling. I will mention a couple other things about like carnivore and things like that. I have a cool macro video coming out of people who, if they want to know what I'm eating exactly, because I know I post a lot of like what I eat in the days, but I don't post like what exactly I eat macro wise. And so I don't macro count normally, but stay tuned for that type of video because that's coming out. And it was a fun one to record, and it was just surprising how much I eat. So stay tuned for that. I thought that was really fun. And then also always let me know what kind of videos you guys would like in the future. I love doing the what I eat in the days. I love doing those grocery hauls. Obviously that 3-day steak one was awesome, super fun to do. And so if you have any other like things that you'd like to see me do video wise in the carnivore meat-based space, let me know. The vlog styles are fun, things like that. And so I'd love to put out videos that you guys would enjoy and engage with and things like that. And so, yeah, but all right. Well, we can just we have a good question here. When you did the ground chicken and worried about it turning into a chicken smoothie, that gave me a scarring visual that has lasted since I saw it. Sorry about that, but now you're giving that to other people. You're sharing the love on that one. Oh yeah. That was the best way I could explain it, because I was genuinely worried because I was putting the egg and I was putting the chicken and I was putting like whatever else I was putting in there, and I just did not want it to be that, because that's not what we were going for. We're going for just some ground chicken mixed in with, was it the pizza recipe? Yeah. No. We were not going for a chicken smoothie that day. Not at all. And that's so funny that it stuck with you. Sorry. Hopefully there will be other things that will stick with you that are not scarring like that. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I have been on like a little bit of a chicken kick. I know it's not like the main carnivore like meal. Obviously red meat is the best, ruminant animals are the best. But I feel like I just got like a couple of good packs of like chicken breasts, chicken thighs that were on really good deal. And so that's always incentivizing me to get, some chicken sometimes. And so I did that, and I did like the pizza recipe. I did some carnivore chicken nuggets. I even made some carnivore chips. I think I briefly shared that on a video. I'm not sure if it's posted yet. And so just like all the chicken all recently. And I'm like, I don't actually eat that much chicken. Okay. But when it's on sale or when I'm like craving it, I will eat it. And so that's actually really funny. Just the placing of a few chicken recipes back to back. Yeah, my favorite is beef. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. It's beef is the best. Well, ruminant animals are the best. So, let's see another one. I like the simplest of simple recipes. I like to get it in and out of the kitchen in record time, and stuff that can be prepared and heated or even eaten cold. So steak, basically. Have you tried cold steak? Because it's phenomenal. Like if you make an extra steak, it is pretty delicious. I've taken it on like hikes, road trips, or on like flights. And if you just thinly slice it and make sure you have like salt, or you can, if you're trying to get more butter, you can put like a slice of cold butter or something like that with it, or even cheese if you're on the dairy side. But just alone, steak cold is so good. Yeah, so maybe that's just what you are probably doing already, something simple like that. And yeah, I don't knock that at all because it's efficient. It's efficient, and we need just food as fuel. And so yeah, that's funny though. What do you, if you like to be in and out and you want it to be prepped easily, what do you cook? Like, what is your meal prep ahead stuff that is just eaten or eaten cold, heated or eaten cold? Hello, Burn from Michigan. Hi from Michigan, he says. Jetty, back to Jetty. Pretty much, I have been doing hard-boiled eggs and ground beef. Okay. Hard-boiled eggs are really yummy to throw in there for me, but I don't want them every single day. They're like, if I can have soft-boiled when I get my whites just perfectly cooked, and the yolks are very like runny, that's delicious and easy to eat for me. But hard-boiled itself is like, it can be very dry if I eat a lot, because I do eat quite a bit of eggs at one time. My breakfast today was like 5 eggs and some ground beef, and so like 5 eggs and ground beef of just like hard-boiled eggs that is maybe a little overcooked. I can't do that every day. I enjoy that in that moment, but it's not something like, oh, I'm gonna wake up again and crave that. I'm more of like a, every day is usually scrambled, and then the next would be like omelet style, or then go into like sunny side up, and just kind of, I do so many different things with eggs. What am I talking about? I cook eggs how I'm gonna like them that day. Hello, Lioness Helix. Welcome on in. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, wow, this is interesting. And I'm curious if any of you have heard of this. Burn is asking, have you ever seen ground beef with natural flavoring added? Is that safe in your opinion? Absolutely not, I don't think. Like, that's, why would beef need natural flavoring? That is just absurd to me. I'm through with all the whole like natural flavoring garbage stuff that they're trying to put everywhere. Like, our food didn't need natural flavoring years ago. Why does it need it now? Why does everything need it now? It doesn't. It doesn't at all. We're just being either cheap or sneaking things in, or ugh. I didn't even like think to look at that. Where do you see that? Because I need to keep my eyes peeled, because that is just annoying. That is terrible. Why do they do that, huh? Why? No, I haven't seen that though. I'm sorry that you have, because that is just terrible. And I would love to know like where you saw that, and like on what. Was it like a package of ground beef, like minced, like, ground up, and like the package you buy at like stores, Walmart, Safeway, all these things like that? Or was it in like the frozen patties? Was it in the frozen tubes? Things like that. Walmart has that? Yes, package of ground beef. Ugh, that is disgusting. I need to check my ground beef now. Who knew I would need to check ground beef, It's like one of those things like steak, ground beef, and like, solid chicken, solid any type of meat. Should just be meat, And our food should just be meat. If you want to get other food, it should just be that food. And so that is just absolutely absurd and annoying. Oh my gosh. Well, that is why I don't get meat from Walmart. I do those hauls for just for the sake of the videos, but that's not where I shop. That is, ugh. Well, that is just not lovely. Let's see. I believe I said hi to you, Linus, but hello again. Let's see. Jetty, canned sardines too. I like to cook once a day in the morning and just have the rest ready to go for later in the day. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you have like a busy work schedule, or is that just your preference? Because I have kind of a busy schedule, but I'm able to be home for my first meal and my last meal, which is my first and second meal only. I eat 2 meals a day. And so I love having a fresh meal. I don't really love the idea of, like, prepping ahead. I just doesn't it just doesn't I like a fresh steak. I like, if I had to, if I was busy and then I had if I wasn't going to eat unless I prepped it, then of course I would do it. Um, but I'm just in the situation that I'm in currently to where I can, and so why not, And I don't mind it. I like to cook. Um, oh, that Walmart thing just messed me up. I can't believe they're doing that. Well, I can believe it, but that stinks. Lioness, I've been doing beef, parentheses, cow, water, salt plus coffee, a little butter to cook in since January 2nd, 2026. Whoa, nice. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, that's awesome though. Have you noticed anything different? Were you a previous carnivore, like total carnivore before, or is this new to like the mostly lions diet with a little bit of butter, a little bit of coffee? So like more strict carnivore in the sense of just meat, just beef. Were you doing that before that date of January 2nd? Or is this like all new to you and your January 2nd was your first day eating anything carnivore and those are the foods that you chose? Um, yeah, I'm curious on the coffee topic though. I'm curious for people who are drinking coffee. Would you ever give up coffee? Or is it just something that like, nah, I'm never gonna give it up? That's so interesting to me. So let's see. We have she also says natural flavoring like that could be a whole topic for hours. Absolutely. It just gets me fired up every single time where I'm just like, why are they doing this to our food? And why are they throwing natural flavoring? Even for like kids' snacks, all of them have natural flavorings. And like, I don't think people know that natural flavoring could just be like this wide gap of a bunch of different foods that are, somewhat, FDA approved or whatever. They fall in this little category where you can just shove natural flavorings and then we can just put this, byproduct or product that we don't even know exactly what it is. And if we saw that in person, we would not eat it. And so it's just frustrating on the labeling of our system to where we can't just have complete transparency and we can't have just better we can. We just need to do it, and everyone needs to be on board. And so kind of seems impossible. So that kind of stinks. But the good thing to make it all possible is that we have a choice with ourselves, with our families, with our spouses to buy better and to opt for better options. Even if they aren't carnivore, you can find them a better option that does have usually natural flavorings and things like that. You can find a more natural, really natural option. And so that's where we come in with our, good intention of being natural minded and hoping to heal our bodies and keep our bodies healthy and to do that for our families or loved ones. And so that's where we come in. The stores can sell whatever, but what we put in our body is ultimately up to us. We're the ones choosing it. We're the ones putting the fork to mouth. And we can't really blame anyone else but that because there are options out there. And so that part is, a positive. We have control over that. And so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We're not stuck with just having to eat natural flavoring all the time. So can't be all negative, huh? Lazy mostly for Jetty. Okay. I mean, that's better than anything. You're prepping ahead because you know yourself in the sense of if you don't do this, then I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe cook something halfway and not be as good. So hey, if that works for you and that's keeping you out of the kitchen, that extra time, and it's, efficient and worth it to you, then great. I love to cook, so I don't mind being in there. I'm always like, oh, can I make you something? Can I make you something? Like to people if they come over or whatever. So I'm very much like that. Like I like the whole cooking aspect and things like that. Let's see. Oh yeah. Lioness says, I hardly shop at Walmart because of that now. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm with you there. You just gotta find better options. That's why I usually go to like a local place because they have just better. I don't know if it's just better standards. It probably is because Walmart is, Walmart. And so I prefer going there for my meat mostly, and it just seems cleaner. It tastes better, smells better. I just hate that, I get a cow a half cow semi-annually, or not semi-annual, sometimes like once a year we'll try to get half a cow. And there's just such a difference in the smell of, like, if it's a good store-bought, like, it smells fine, sure. But even so, like, if you let it go a few days, it doesn't smell good compared to, like, a home cow, and it just, like, it's just crazy. There's, like, a weird sour cream smell that should not be there, and so it's like, okay, clearly there's a difference in our beef that is being sold at these stores and the beef that we can buy from our local ranchers, because it's a world of difference. If you haven't had a different, like, if you haven't had the, like, homegrown, like, farm cow, rancher, local farmed cow beef, and then you do try it, it's starkly different. It's so different. It's crazy. I highly recommend, if you can afford it, to opt for more of those. We try to just, like, save up throughout the year and to be able to pay for that half cow or whatever it may be. We hope to move it to, like, a full cow in the near future, as long as we can afford it at that point and budget allows. This hair is bothering me, and the camera is, like, opposite, so it's, like, really confusing me. And yeah, so, like, if you can try that and if you can afford it, highly recommend, because it's just so much worth it. Burgers taste better. Might need to add more fat, or tell them to add, like, fat into your ground beef mixes, because a lot of them will keep it very lean. That's something that I learned. I was like, why is this meat so lean? And as a carnivore, I want fat. We want fat in our body. We want it to, because we only eat usually 1-2 meals a day. And so we need that fat to thrive. And I don't want to be always adding butter. I want just the animal fat that it comes with. And so this next cow, my goal is to ask, can you cut in some of that fat into my ground beef so it's fattier, because they always give the, like, leanest of meat in there. And so if you're buying a cow, or if this inspires you to buy a cow and you want fattier meat, check with them if you can alter it to be a certain fat content, or add in some of the fat, because I mean, they're throwing away the fat anyway, right? It's your cow that you bought, and, like, the same with the bones, the organs, like, ask for all of that if you want that and enjoy it. I always find it's, like, just better. It's like, I don't know, the budgeter in me, the one that likes to utilize every single inch of the cow. Like, I wish I could. I wish I had, like, this massive processing area where I can just utilize every single part if I could. And so that's just me. I strive to have, like, that. I don't know. I like beef. I like the organs. I like to have them in the freezer and use them when I need them and put them away when I don't. But yeah. Oh, let's see. We have some questions. Tati, how are you doing, or how are you enjoying the carnivore way? I am enjoying it. It's really nice. I think there's no other way that I would want to live than a, like, carnivore or meat-based. I'm okay, like, coming away a little bit from carnivore, but mostly carnivore is where I thrive and where I want to be. And so I think it's just so healthy, so nutrient dense. It's helped me heal so much. It's helped my husband heal so much, people around me. And so it's just such a wonderful way of eating, and people can adapt it to fit their own, like, lifestyles and preferences. And obviously there are different types of carnivore, different types of meat-based, different types of animal-based, ketos, all that stuff. And so I think all of those are very, very healthy, in the sense of, what are your goals and what's your body like? What do you need healing? And then just kind of apply which of those is best for you. And yeah, I love it. It's crazy. I used to eat, like, so many times a day, like 5 times a day, and now I get to eat, like, just 2. And then if I am hungry midday, I'll have, like, a bone broth, I'll have a carnivore bar, which are delicious, by the way, and I'll have like, a little bit of some whole milk cottage cheese. This last week I got to have some raw milk, and that was just so, so good, because it's so fatty and rich, and how milk should be. And so, yeah, I love that. It's so efficient for that sake, because I'm not cooking or meal prepping. Like, I'm not taking this big stack of 5 meals and eating them. Like, sure, I can meal prep my, like, carnivore foods and have, like, my hash or my steak, like I've said, all those things I can pack and take places. But it's not like it's I need to take and eat on the hour of, I need to eat at 7 a.m. I need to eat at 11 a.m. I need to eat at, like, 1 p.m. and then 4 p.m. and then 6 p.m. Like, it's none of that. And so it's so much better. This is definitely the way to go for just so many different reasons. As Timo is saying, no, never giving up coffee. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think it's just if you don't realize anything is wrong, but I think everyone should try it at some point. I think they should try it at the very least because you don't know what it feels like if you don't take it out. And so, um, it was, it started out as like, okay, let's just go off of it because it is caffeine and it is a drug and it does affect your body in ways. And there aren't enough studies to say that it completely affects your hormones or it completely changes this or that, but there's some like suggestions or things like that to where it could, or fertility or anything hormone. And so if it can maybe link to that stuff, it's worth taking out and trying and seeing how you do with without it, because it might shock you. You might get better sleep. You might recover quicker. You might um, wake up easier, and you might just enjoy it a whole lot more. Enjoy life a whole lot more because you just have an energy and like it's awesome. But yeah, I do get it. The taste is delicious. The smell is amazing. But I'm like 4 or 5 months no coffee. My husband will have to correct me. Um, and it's been great. There's some times where like, because my husband still drinks a little bit, where I'm like, "Ooh, that smells really good. I could have some," but my goal for like fertility and for hormone reasons is just too big to go ahead and take a drink of coffee, and it's not worth it to me. I'll have my coffee later on in life. um, let's see. We are going to go to another question. Where do we have this? Oh, I swiped it down too fast. Sorry. Let's read this. How do you cope with intense training? Because I have -10 energy and strength without proper carbohydrates. I would just be curious to know like what you're eating. Like on a day-to-day, spell it out for me. Like, what are you eating? And then obviously, how long have you been doing this? What did you transfer from? Were you eating processed foods? Were you eating a high carb diet just like 2 weeks ago? Was this a month ago, even like within 60 days? If it's that soon, just Jacoby, if it's just that soon, like it could just be that you're just adjusting to a new diet of like you're getting your energy from now fats and proteins and things like that versus carbohydrates. And so your body has to do a different types of translation for that. And so it makes sense if you have like an energy drop. And it also makes sense if you're not eating enough. And it also makes sense if you're not eating enough protein, if you're not eating enough fat. And if you're not, I recommend just eating, like people say, like I eat 2 times a day. People eat on carnivore, eat 1 time a day, 1 time a day usually. But if you're coming from a world of where I'm eating, 3 to 5 times a day, then I would say like for sure get 3 solid meals in. And then later on, as you build this habit, as you eat this nutrient dense way, you're going to not crave that second meal. Or you can place it as like my first meal is really large. My second meal is just to get me to dinner. And then my third is extra large as well. And so then it trains your body to, go to that 1 to 2 meals, and you're eating until full, and then you're giving your body that midday rest. And I think that midday rest is so nice for like energy because it's able to digest and process, and then you don't need to like give it more food. So then it's like, oh, I'm not digesting more, and then the third meal I'm digesting more and trying to like keep my energy going, but it's like I need to focus my energy on digesting my food. And so that kind of makes sense to me for a multitude of different reasons. And so I'd love to know more. Yeah, if you drop whoa, I need water. When I talk too much, I need water. But yeah, if you let me know more, I would love to know, because there's just so many things. If you're having coffee, if you're not getting enough salt is huge. Make sure you're salting a higher amount, especially when you first start carnivore, because your body doesn't like, it needs more electrolytes, and as the time goes on, it'll like settle down and you won't need as much. And so maybe try to get like a decent unflavored, my preference is unflavored. I don't like stevia. Unflavored electrolyte if you really need it, or you can get like a concentrate of a mineral water, things like that to help you kind of balance it out. That should help with your energy levels too, as an option. There's so many different things. Like I don't know exactly what's going on with you, but that's something to try. You can try like Salter. That is a really good unflavored, or you can do like the Baja Gold. They have a dropper concentrate things like that, to where you can add a little bit of salt or just salt your food with a good quality salt. Good quality salt is key here. Do not just grab the table salt that has like random like ingredients, yellow, what is that? Yellow polysorbate, something in like the classic shaker of salt, the table salt, like the Morton's table salt has other ingredients in it. And when I saw that, I'm like, that's crazy. That is just awful. I use it for a laundry detergent, so that's how I know. Terrible though. I drink coffee. End of discussion, Burn says. We have some coffee drinkers in here, huh? Well, are you guys coffee drinkers, like all day coffee drinkers, or coffee drinkers like, I have my morning cup and that's it. That's good for me. Because when I would drink coffee, I enjoyed coffee. Like I enjoyed it, right after breakfast, and then I'd have one like maybe after lunch. It's so tasty, and then maybe one later. But I always share with my husband, so don't think I was eating like triple lattes all the time. But I did love me a latte, that's for sure, or a breve. Better yet, the cream with the espresso shot. Yep, I could go for that in a couple of months, years, however long I'm gonna go on this no coffee hiatus. Let's see. Okay, back to Linus. Yes, I was doing carnivore. It was fine. I wanted my face to clear fast, and it is clearing fast. I was so red in the face for most of carnivore all my life. Still typing. You've been in a chat before, haven't you? And you've told me about the red face, I think, right? If that wasn't you, then you have someone else who has a similar story. But I recognize your name. Let me keep reading. I'm now back into low blood sugar mode and have not tested in my ketones. I have more energy and more space for food, but now I am weighing my food most days. No waste because of that. I haven't had any cravings except for sparkling. I sometimes crave. I'm trying not to do the sparkling water. For some reason, I get addicted to the sparkling water. Is it with flavoring or like any other, or is it just plain sparkling water? Lioness, just ask your butcher for the beef fat trimming mist. Most butchers will give it away at very, very cheap prices. I get mine for 50 cents per pound. They only charge me for 3 pounds and give me 5 pounds. Hey, you got a nice butcher. That's awesome. I do that for my tallow making. But I just don't want to do that for, like, I get my ground beef from the whole cow or whatever in a package. And so I don't want to have these frozen packages and then I have to go and process and chop in some like tallow. I want it to be all there. I want it to be like, okay, that's about 80-20, that's about 70-30, whatever it may be. I don't want it to be like something I have to go into the freezer separately and then add a couple of chunks. I don't know if that's me not thinking that won't work very well or thinking that's inefficient. I'm not sure which side I'm on of that more so. But yeah, I do that for my tallow, my beef tallow. But you do have a nice butcher. That is very nice. I would be very kind to those people. And then back to the craving of the sparkling water. I'd be interested to know, like, if you're, so is the redness in your face, has it gone down or is it completely gone? Let's see. That lasts me for months. Oh, that lasts me for months. Okay, yeah. Estimo with the coffee. I tried it. I've taken it out and it didn't benefit anyone. Let me tell you. How long did you take it? How long did you take it out though? And then what did you do before that? Did you like step yourself down away from coffee, or did you just cold turkey it one day, like I'm done with coffee after having it so many times regularly? I guess let's see. Wake up easier without coffee? Not too sure, Tati. Well, I think it depends on how long you've done it. Usually when I was going on day 3, I would notice that I felt a lot better because I already wasn't drinking a lot of coffee at this point when I would go and stair-step myself down. I like stair-step myself down like 3, 4, maybe 3 times before fully getting rid of coffee. And before I did that, it would yeah, on like day 3, day 4, I would wake up without like an alarm clock, and it was amazing. And so that was obviously something to do with the coffee, because I didn't change my diet at that point. I didn't change anything. And so my sleep was still good and my sleep was the same. And for some reason, I got better quality sleep to where I could wake up easier, or I don't know what it is. But every single time on day 3 or 4, if I got rid of coffee, like for sure, and like seriously, it was good for me on day 3 or 4. Let's see. Obviously, I'd crave it because, you crave that like sweet, or not sweet, but like warm, yummy drink. Let's see. My Burn is saying, I may give up coffee, but not anytime soon. You should try it. I mean, I highly recommend it. I don't think like people need to do it if they feel good on it, but I think you should try it at some point in your life. Like, go for it and try it for a few weeks to a month and see how you feel. Let's see. Estimo. Okay, I guess I haven't really had it affect my sleep much, so the reward of giving it not high enough for me. Yeah, I see. Okay, but it's time to go ahead and tell you guys what I got distracted with the chat, but what the surprise is, or the thing that I'm super excited about. I'll be going to Meatstock this year in 2026. And so I'm super excited. It's a place where some of you can even go and like, we can be able to meet at some point, or it's just super, super cool that I could be able to go and, be in the same space as some of the really cool creators out there. And I'm just genuinely excited because I've always wanted to. Like, I saw last year's Meatstock and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. It's so beautiful out there. And I think it was in Gatlinburg as well. And so this year it's in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And so that is super, super, something that's super fun for me, super exciting. And I just can't wait. And I thank you guys for honestly supporting and being here and being a part of the channel, because without this channel, I wouldn't be able to go. And so I'm very, very grateful, because it's just a little dream and I get to be a part of it. And so very cool. There's a couple of things that I will announce in the future regarding the Meatstock event, but I'll wait on that part. But it's just super excited. It's May 1st through 4th, I believe. You can go on Meatstock on their Instagram, check them out, and see kind of just what it looks like. It's just basically this big carnivore event, and all the big people, like I believe Ken Berry will be there, Chafee will be there, Steak and Butter Gal. Who else will be there? So many. Miss Meat will be there. Let's see. If you don't follow her she's on YouTube too recently, so go follow her there. And yeah, it's just such a cool thing. And to be able to go and go in the woods of Tennessee. I've never been in Tennessee. If you guys have been in Tennessee, let me know. If you've been to Gatlinburg, let me know. I know next year, if you can't make it this year, they do it yearly. And so next year it'll be in Nashville. So whoa, cool. I believe they're doing it there so they can have a little bit more people, have it there'd be a little bit bigger venue, I believe. And so that's going to be awesome. And so I just can't thank you guys enough for supporting, for being here. And do not think that, whenever you like a video, it doesn't matter. It does. Whenever you comment on a video, it does. Whenever you come into these lives and interacting and talking, like, it matters so much. And so thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. I wouldn't even have the conversation to even go to Meatstock if it weren't for you guys. And so I appreciate that. Yeah, that is it's just so exciting. And so I want to share that with you because it's huge news for me. It's huge news for me. And so I was just blown away that we are being able to go. And so I'll definitely be like, my goal is to record, to get some content, and just to share a little bit of my experience there. And I hope you look forward to that, because it's something that I'm super excited about. And I want to do more of these events. And so if it's a way I can kind of maybe interact with other people in the space, maybe that'd be cool, or interact with some of you guys occasionally. And so I think it's just a wonderful opportunity for the channel, for us to just, yeah, it's just awesome. Yeah, and there's a pretty cool thing about it. I possibly, yeah, I'll wait for that. I'm not sure. We got to get that solidified. But yeah, so that's the cool news. Going to Meatstock 2026, May 1st through 4th. If you haven't gotten your tickets, I believe these tickets are still on sale. I do know they sell out and they get pretty busy because it's a max, like you could only have so many people. And so if you're trying to go, it'd be a wonderful thing. It has like you have people on like panels and they are being asked questions, and it's kind of like they talk through. You can see on the Meatstock page that they kind of talk through answers, and like I believe Sean Baker usually goes. And so all these massive like names who have been around for a while are going to be there. And so it's going to be super cool. I'm definitely grateful and appreciative. Yeah, super cool. So super excited. So yay. Let's see. Oh, Eliana, hello, clapping. Esteban, woohoo, yay. Awesome, glad to hear. Burn. This is an awesome list of people at Meatstock. Excited for you. Thank you, Jetty. That's very sweet. It's amazing. So if you don't know who's going, you want to know, just check out their Instagram, and it'll have a list in a picture. And if you don't know the names, you can see the little pictures. It's one of the more like popular just carnivore events, and so very excited to join in on it. And then the South is where it's at. So I've heard. Okay, so I've heard. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about like Meatstock or anything like that, let me know. I'd love to talk about it more and tell you a bit more about it. Or yeah, so let me know. If any of you are trying to go to Meatstock or would hope to go, or you're not sure if you can make it, but you want to try, let me know. I would love to know. And if you end up finding out later that you're going to go, comment on my videos. I'll try to mention it in one of my videos to remind you. But if you're going to go, let me know, because that'd be so cool to be like, oh, I'm going to go. And like you watch my videos or something. That's just wild to me still. But yeah, that would be awesome. I'd just love to put like a username and then, see your face at Meatstock, meet each other. We can go to some of the chat. But yeah, if you have anything on Meatstock, I'd love to talk more. Love to talk more about that, because that's something I'm so excited about. We just finalized it like recently. Well, not finalized it, nearly finalized it. We have a couple little details to like finish through. But we're planning on going there for sure. And so super excited. Let me know. Lioness, alrighty, Tati, sweetie, you have a wonderful night. Keep going. You should buy Jenny Mitch's or Courtney Luna's book. Both are very good carnivore cookbooks. Yes, they seem very amazing. And I watch their videos and I'm like, oh yeah, I would love to have their cookbooks, Yeah, no, they make some really, really phenomenal recipes. And yeah, I'm always watching their videos like, oh, that looks delicious. And then it just sparks ideas for me. And so they're definitely key people in the space. Yeah, enjoy your coffee tomorrow. She's probably gone, but yeah. Jetty, the Maldon flake salt is my fave. Oh yeah, for sure. That's a good one too. Estimo woke up and took out for 9 months. LOL. Was this pregnancy? Well, that's kind of hard. Some people just are more tired, Yeah. Burn. I grind my coffee beans and do pour over, just black before and after my workout. What's your workout routine? Black coffee. Nice. I would never do that. I enjoy like the creamy part of coffee. I just can't say I would never do that. I did do that. I did do black coffee. Just wouldn't choose to do that if I'm going to have coffee now. What's my workout routine? It's a lot less lately. I've probably been doing like 4 days a week. So significantly less. We'd normally do like 5 to 6 with always some sort of activity on the 7th. But right now it's pretty simple, just doing like 1 to 2 body parts per day. I'm going to make it in there. And then I tack on some incline walking, some cardio. And then occasionally we'll do some plyometrics. If you're familiar, it's just basically like jump agility training. Just trying to remain like mobile and jump a little bit and keep the joints healthy and things like that. So not just box jumps, but things like that. If you're not familiar with plyos, yeah. Speaking of cookbooks, though, back to cookbooks, who are your favorite people in the space to get a cookbook from? I would be curious to know. I know Courtney Luna is like a really popular one. Are there any like hidden gems out there? If you've tried anything, if you've tried like Carnivore Connoisseurs or what's his name? He's from somewhere in Europe. Carnivore Cam, I think Coach Cam or something like that. He has a cookbook. And so I just like to know if you guys, before we wrap this up, I want to know a little bit more about cookbooks out there. Yeah, a little something that's on the very, 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 very big back burner is I've worked a little bit on my own cookbook for like my own recipes and stuff like that. And so if you're ever interested in that, show more interest. So then maybe I put it on, more of a front burner because I do make a lot of things myself as well. And I like that. I've always liked it. Ever since I was a kid, I would always like to make my meals, and my mom would always teach me that, like, she's like, I don't know exact recipes for things because I just do it. I just combine this and that and it works. And so for me, I do that a lot. And so now I just need to refine and make the proper like measurements for it and things like that. And I know like what I like and place it together and call it a meal, And so I've always loved that. And I've always loved the idea of that. And so that's something that's on the back burner and something that I would love to get out to you guys at some point, just whenever I have just a little bit more time. But I always keep working on it. It's just like one of the things I just filter in there, like, throw in work on a little bit of this recipe and then call it good for a couple of days or a week or so and work on another one and try to tighten up something else but yeah, so Timo, that will be the first cookbook I buy if you get it out. Hopefully it don't take too long, so then you don't go and buy something else first. But that's very sweet. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up soon. So get in any last questions or comments or anything from previous video or something like that. Maybe I didn't get your comment. I try to get to most of the comments out there. And so if you have anything, drop it here because I'm obviously reading it in real time. And so let me know. But yeah, I'm super excited. If we don't get any comments, I'll just talk about Meatstock a little more and then hopefully we'll get a comment. My husband and I will both be there. And so for some of you who have been asking about like my husband, yeah, put him on the channel, put him on a video and things like that. So if you go to Meatstock, you'll get to see him there probably. I don't know if he'll be there all the days that I will be, but he's going to be, for majority of it, I'd assume. And so you could get to meet him there. Get to meet Mr. T himself. Yeah, so it'll be super fun. I love that this whole like YouTube thing, I get to do it with my husband, the person that's like my best friend, And so being able to do that and share this passion that we both have about carnivore and meat-based, nutrient-dense living and just a healthy lifestyle, being able to do that is just so cool to have my husband there, like in support of me or to help me with videos and help me with planning videos or, all of those things. Like, great. Like, it's just wonderful. And it makes this whole journey so much better. And so, yeah, it would not be the same if it weren't for my husband. For this channel would not be the same. This journey would not be the same. And so much I have I'm just appreciative of, him and just all the things in that realm. Yeah, can't wait to go to Meatstock. Jetty says I could put my chicken smoothie recipe in the cookbook. There will be no chicken smoothie in the cookbook, okay? You're trying to turn people off to my cookbook. I can I can tell what you're doing over there. Oh, that's so funny. Let's see, Burn. Your last video with the salmon, I actually thought it was a carnivore pizza crust. Could be an idea in your book. Like a salmon crust, you're saying, for a pizza? I hope you respond to that because I want to know. Yeah. Mm. No. Chicken smoothie turn off. Nah, people would be intrigued. Well, at least I'll maybe get you 3 about the chicken. Oh my gosh. I mean, unless we're making some sort of good meal out of it and it just is a hit, then who cares what we call it? Oh man. But yeah, I'd like to know what you're talking about, Bern, about the carnivore pizza. That last video with the salmon, I actually thought it was a carnivore pizza crust. Yeah. Was it like, were you just thinking like salmon, more style, like, you know, they make like salmon patties and things like that. And so like do like a salmon style pizza with what kind of toppings would that be? Like cream cheese, make it creamy. Slices of shrimp. I don't know. What were you thinking about that? Because before I end this live, I want to know. Kevin W, been catching your channel on and off. You're making some great content. Thank you so much. I appreciate that because it's something that is my passion, you know, and so it's something that I've always dreamt of doing since I was like 19. I've always wanted to share. I've always been into like health, and thank goodness I didn't actually start then because, you know, one, I wouldn't have had my husband. Two, I wouldn't have been more of a nutrient dense eater. And it was just the start of me coming into a more nutrient dense mindset. And so it was good that I didn't start that way, that I just fully, you know, came into it this way. And so, you know, it was good timing, and I appreciate it. And I just appreciate you saying that because it means a lot. Means a lot to have people like you, you know, comment on my video, watch my video. That's just nuts to me. And say nice things. So thank you. Thank you so much, Kevin. Yes, a salmon crust. That would be interesting. I'll put that like somewhere in here. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Probably mix it. Now you're giving me some ideas. Can maybe do like a cottage. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, if I end up doing that, hopefully you get the cookbook. Okay. All right. Well, if you didn't catch it, the news is I'm going to Meatstock. I'll just put that out there one more time. Super excited. And if you didn't catch that, rewind a little bit and I talk about it a little bit more. But let me know. Either my Instagram is the same exact handle for my YouTube. It's meat-based Tati. Go ahead and follow there. Sometimes I share a little bit more like quick bite-size information reels. You know, it's a lot more bite-sized content instead of like a longer form video. If you're into that, you know, I post more of that more frequently on that side. But my main is YouTube. And so if you wanted to know like a little bit more a different side of me there's a little bit more there, and a more like, I wouldn't say personal, they're both pretty personal. But just to throw that out there. And then, yeah, I think we'll end the live. Oh, there's my Instagram. It shows anal-based Tati still, so that might be the wrong one. It should be instagram.com/meat-based Tati. I'll need to adjust that later. But yeah, so if you just look it up, meat-based Tati, it'll pop up, I'm sure. Or if that's wrong, I need to go into my videos and fix it. But yeah, so thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining the live, because I always hop on here, not sure of who's going to be in here, how many people are going to be in here. And so thank you for being here, for not letting me be a silly person talking to myself. So let's see, we'll go here. Do you put all the Insta ones on your YouTube shorts? YouTube shorts. No Insta here. I actually don't. I put more frequently. I post on Instagram Shorts than I do, or Instagram Reels than I do on YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts right now, I'm on like a schedule. I'm trying to do 3 a week. Over on Instagram, I try to do daily Reels with stories and with an occasional weekly or bi-weekly post. And so that's what I mean by you'll get a little bit more of the bite-sized content because like it's just like a little frequent, like daily dose of it. And so, but YouTube is where I'm putting most of my effort. And so if you don't have an Instagram, don't feel bad. That's where I'm putting in more effort in the videos. It's a longer form video. You get to see what I'm actually cooking, how I'm cooking, and things like that. All the details are mostly in my YouTube versus Instagram. It's just kind of like little bite size. Bern, thanks for the stream. Thanks for being here, Bern. Thanks for being here. Jetty, Bern, Kevin, Esther. Oh, Lioness was awesome. Thank you for all the interaction today. So let's go ahead and end it. I don't see another one in there. So bye. Thank you for watching.